Uniting America with truth, justice, and independence. This is the Norman Goldman Show.
The Republicans held their fourth hearing today on the IRS alleged scandal. This is Republican Congressman Aaron Schock of Illinois, and oh my God, it's a scandal.
There would be clarity if this was an issue of white versus black, of Jews versus Christians, but because it's conservative versus liberal, there seems to be some questions, some clouds, some lack of clarity.
Now, I don't understand why there's so few of us saying that these groups ought to be audited. I mean, everybody, the Democrats, the politicians, everybody on TV, everybody is united in saying, oh, it's terrible what the IRS did. No, it's not terrible what the IRS did. They should be doing more of it. And there are so few of us out here, and I don't understand why, and maybe you can explain it to me, but I don't get it. You've got blatantly political groups demanding that they be handed tax-exempt status and hide their donors as if it's some kind of entitlement program. They should be auditing all these groups and disallowing their tax-exempt status. I love these groups that hate the government and hate the IRS and hate taxes, and they sit there and say, but give me my tax-exempt status and do it double quick on the double. How dare you ask me for any information? What a bunch of clowns. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. I don't care what Republican Congressman Aaron Schock says. He should be ashamed of himself.
For anyone to suggest that these individuals' rights should be limited more so than others simply because of their political beliefs is nothing more than discrimination.
Nobody should be getting tax-exempt status for being a political organization, period. End of discussion. Not Democrats, not Republicans, not anybody. But the Republicans took advantage of the Citizens United decision in 2010, flooded the IRS with these things, and the IRS is now getting beat up because they said, hey, we think your political group's asking for tax-exempt status, which is not permissible under the law, and they're getting beat up for it. Where's the courage out there? Doesn't anyone have courage? Oh, and by the way, I just want you to understand that I am a born free American man. I am a born free American man saying it is not the government's right to look out for my interests.
I'm a born free American woman, wife, mother, and citizen. And I'm telling my government that you've forgotten your place. It's not your responsibility to look out for my well-being and to monitor my speech. It's not your right to assert an agenda. Your post, the post that you occupy, exists to preserve American liberty. You've sworn to perform that duty, and you have faltered.
That is Becky Gerritson from the Wetumpka Tea Party. She came up to Congress, of course, at the invitation of the Republicans because they are busy doing
Scandal Watch 2013.
Well, old Betty Gerritson shows up today, with tissue in hand and crying and moaning.
I'm a born free American woman, wife, mother, and citizen. And I'm telling my government that you've forgotten your place.
All right, I'm going to tell Becky Gerritson of the Wetumpka Tea Party and all the Republicans out there, I am a born free American man, and I am telling you that you have forgotten your place. It is not your right to live my life for me. It is not your right to monitor each pregnancy of every woman in the United States. It is not your place to tell everybody who they can marry. It is not your place to tell people what substances they can and cannot put in their bodies. It is not your place to tell people when they can and cannot end their lives. It is not your place to be a nanny state government. And it is not your place to choose selectively and decide when it is you're going to do it and show up crying and moaning and whining when you don't like what the government's doing. But then you get to turn around and say, I think it's marvelous that I get to control the government and tell you what you're doing. Hey, Becky Gerritson, you're an imbecile. And I don't care that you're a woman, you're an imbecile. And you deserve what I'm saying to you. Now, all you teabagging idiots, you better get the program. You better get it straight. You don't get to selectively choose when it is that you're outraged, and then you get to turn around and be the fascist big government liberals that you're always decrying. And if you're the Internal Revenue Service, grow some freaking testicles and sit there and say, none of you idiots ought to be getting tax-exempt status. Not Democrats, not Republicans, not anybody. It's disgusting. I'm sick of all of the corruption. I'm sick of it. And to listen to this woman go up there with her stage trying, oh, I'm a born free American. You know what? I'm a born free American, too. What about my rights? I don't know about you, but I feel better.
Uniting America with truth, justice, and independence. This is the Norman Goldman Show.